Yeah. Thank you and welcome everyone to my presentation, The Impact of Instagram Use on Self-Esteem Among Young Adults in Thailand. I am Thanchanok Kamthoncharoenrung from the International College, Rangsit University, Thailand. As we all know, Instagram is a popular application that is widely used in today's society. It has almost 855 million users on a monthly basis. People, especially young adults, have constantly been using Instagram to socialize, connect, share memories with online peers through pictures and videos. Personally, I am also the one who have been utilizing this application very often, and sometimes I do have a feeling that this application have somehow taken a part of my lifestyle, and it does affect my self-confidence more or less. And I feel that some people around me also felt the same way. So this is one of the rationale behind this topic as a interest, that whether it is just me or someone else also impacted by this application. Therefore, I think this topic is quite interesting as Instagram seems to be a part of majority lifestyle. And if it does affect their psychological well-being, which is a very important aspect, hence I think it should be studied and it might be helpful to many people who are using this application. Here's other contents that I'm going to discuss in today's presentation: objectives, methodology, results, and the conclusion in the last part. There are three main objectives in this study, including first, to investigate the purpose of using Instagram among young adults. Second, to study Instagram usage behavior of young adults, and to study and understand how the Instagram feedback can impact on their self-esteem. Next, the methodology of this study. In order to collect data and achieve a better perception of how Instagram influences young adult self-esteem, qualitative research was held by utilizing one-on-one interview. The interview questions were developed into three main topics: demographic characteristics, behavior of Instagram users, and the attitude and impact of the participants towards Instagram usage. The study was essentially targeting 22 participants or genders aged 20 to 28 years. It's because that this age range are the overlapping generation growing with technology, so which they are most likely to be familiar with using social media, especially the Instagram application that is widely used in this generation since the beginning. Therefore, we think that these participants are likely to understand the problems and might relate the feeling that IG may impact an individual psychological well-being. And all response from participants were recorded by note-taking and voice recording with participants' consent. After we gather all the data from the participant by one-on-one interview, there are 4 qualitative results in this study: the purpose of using Instagram among young adults, Instagram usage behavior of young adults, the impact of Instagram feedback, and social comparisons related to Instagram usage, which can be divided into the upward and downward social comparisons. The results of the interview show that there were 5 major reasons why young adults use IG. The first reason was that most participants used IG as they prefer to perceive pictures rather than reading multiple words. Secondly, young adults use IG essentially to connect with online peers, as well as a desire to share their stories and memories with their friends. Thirdly, IG is an application that is easy to access and simple to use. The next reason was the trends, that majority of people around them are on Instagram. So it's like the trends that they will do, and there's a lot of update things going on. So I think the trend is work quite effective for this application. And last but not least, Instagram is one of the social media that allows people to turn on or turn off private mode for their privacy, which we found that many participants were concerned a lot about their privacy. Usage behavior. Participants were asked how much time they spend on Instagram in daily. The results reveal that most participants use Instagram every time they unlock their phone or every time they are available. It's like the first application that they open when they touch their phone. And participants frequently share pictures and videos on Instagram stories rather than posting on Instagram feed or the actual post. Instagram feedback. The results suggest that the feedback on Instagram, including followers, likes, and comments, have both positive and negative impacts on young adult self-esteem. The first major findings suggest that comments seem to be the most important to young adults, as it can demonstrate others' opinion or how others perceive them. At the same time, we found that follower counts are significant only to participants who already have many followers, as it can be a tool for measuring the reputation of that person, especially those who work in the entertainment industry. However, the number of Instagram followers had no impact on some participants. And as Instagram recently came up with the new hidden likes features, it hides all the likes from others, and only the owner of that account is allowed to view it. Hence, the number of likes is less likely to matter to participants in these days. Social acceptance is a social approval or the acceptance by others. One of the participants point out this aspect very clearly, that in this time when we are constantly on social media, we cannot seek approval from other people on the internet. So the only thing that can confirm our status is the followers, likes, and comments, and all those interactions that we receive on our contents. But on the other hand, the study suggests that there is no relation between feedback and social acceptance for some participants. Social comparisons. There are essentially two types of this theory: upward and downward social comparisons. Upward social comparisons is when people compare themselves to others who perform better, while downward social comparison is when people compare themselves to others who they believe that are not as proficient as they are. The results show that the direction of the outcome is variable. Both upward and downward social comparison in young adults could lead to inspiration or depression, depending on how they are perceived and experienced. Positively, when participants compare themselves to others who are superior, they will find inspiration and motivation, lead to self-improvement, and further boosting their self-confidence, result in higher self-esteem. Whereas they might feel dissatisfied or depressed when they compare themselves to others who are superior, lead to lack of self-confidence, which results in lower their self-esteem. On the other hand, when participants compare themselves to inferior, they might feel gratitude or narcissistic. They might feel happy or glad with people that succeed, or they might look down on those people who are inferior to them. In conclusion, the study revealed that most participants open up and update IG feed every time they unlock their phone. The majority of participants use IG to connect and build relationships with online peers. As IG has played a vital role, it has gradually become a part of young adults' lifestyles. Some of them tend to seek approval from others on IG by checking feedback and further comparing themselves to others, which will lead to upwards or downwards social comparison. The study suggests that feedback on Instagram can positively or negatively influence young adults' self-esteem, depending on how they are perceived and interpreted. Consequently, Instagram users should use this application as a means of exchange media of interest, entertainment, and communication channel. Instagram is not only gonna drag you into those negativities or mental health. Instead, it can be a place where you can find, where you can enjoy and share good memories with others. And it is also a place where you can find many interesting and inspirations. But if we have no choice, when we cannot prohibit others from using the media, and that we cannot choose to receive only positive comments or positive feedback, users should use Instagram with good judgment and discern the difference between online world and the real world. Those media and feedback indeed have a powerful influence in the human mind, but at least we have to keep it in mind that the most important person in this world is not you, but yourself. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. May I ask any question from other participants? I think no other question. So, okay, let me just conclude just a little bit, right? So I think that this topic is quite interesting, like talking about Instagram. It is one of the quite popular social media.
Yes.
Especially like in Thailand, right? I think people use it a lot, right? Especially for some kind like the actor or actress, like for celebrity or something,
Right.
and also use it for in terms of the commercial purpose also.
Yes.
Right? And just like your research, I can tell us that it might affect to the selectivity, like whether it might be, it depends on whether the user, right, they compare to someone who seem to be better than us, or someone who seem to be worse, and then it will have both positive and negative impact.
Yes.
So it's a very, very interesting topic, right? So thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.